Good Friday morning, everybody. This is First Warn Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Brad Panovich. The weekend is here, and we've got some really warm weather. It's kind of funny because this is the last weekend for the pool in my neighborhood, and sure enough, temperatures are going up, and we might have some tropical development off the southeast coast. So let's get right into it. First of all, we'll start with temperatures currently as I record this after 9 a.m. Already in the upper 60s in a lot of locations, so running much warmer than it's been the last couple of days. And you can see these dew points coming in from the coast. We've got some 60-degree dew points coming in from the east, but notice it's still pretty dry back towards the mountains and foothills where we have some 50s. And this is going to be a constant battle this weekend. We're going to see a lot of moisture streaming in from the east. And right along this area here, we're going to see a battle line where it's dry air here and moist air to the east. So this is going to be an ongoing issue as we go through the weekend and kind of battle some moisture moving in. What's going on the coast is kind of interesting. We talked about this last night, and I've been talking about it for a couple days. We had the remnants of what was Grace, which was down here. It's kind of fallen apart, and a trough of low pressure has developed. And you could tell this is a trough because instead of having a little swirl, we have winds going like this and going like this. So it's an elongated area of low pressure. That's what a trough is, and it looks pretty impressive right now. But for the rest of today, it's really going to be about the heat going into the weekend. Notice the temperatures here. We're going to be closer to the mid and upper 80s today, upper 80s tomorrow, and close to 90 on Sunday. But then notice the downhill trend in temperatures for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. What's going on here is that thing is on the coast is going to spin up and eventually bring us some cooler air. Let me show you the models on that investigation area. We call this investigation area 96 right now, and I'll kind of zoom in there, and you can see the models just were run on this, so there's not many of them, but most of them have them hugging the coast and moving off in the northeast direction, just offshore. But what this is going to end up doing is because you got counterclockwise spin with low pressure move in this direction, the flow around it is going to bring a northeast wind. We've got a cold front coming in from the north that's going to kind of get pushed down here, and you're going to end up with a lot of northeasterly flow. So when we look at our windy chart here, you can see we've got a lot of spin going on in the atmosphere right around that low. But watch what happens as we go into tomorrow. We'll go into the future here. The low begins to crank up. Here's our cold front. You can actually see it pretty clearly here on the map. If you look very carefully, there's the cold front right there. There's our low pressure system, and you can see the northeast wind, northwest wind. It's going to be really hot here across the Piedmont. Let's go into Sunday afternoon, Panthers game. That backdoor front starts to move in. So what's going on here is we've got this backdoor front. It looks to be somewhere in here that's going to be pushing down in this direction. The low on the coast is going to be pumping down in this direction. The combination of the two by Monday will give us basically like a little bit of a wedge. Notice this northwesterly flow that's going to be moving across the Carolinas. So when I look at the temperatures on Monday, you can see temperatures are much cooler, only in the 70s, where on Sunday, those temperatures are going to be closer to 90 degrees in the afternoon. As far as precipitation is concerned, I don't think we're going to see a lot of rain until Monday as this low kind of spins up on the coast. We'll go into Tuesday, and you can see the low really cranks up off the Outer Banks, and we've got a pretty strong north and northeasterly wind. And when you look at the temperatures, it's even cooler on Tuesday. So the combination of this low, tropical, subtropical, could be a nor'easter, and a backdoor cold front is really going to begin to cool us down. As we go into Wednesday, you can see that low begins to kind of move away. But look at the strong winds this is going to produce along the coast. So if you're in the Outer Banks or you're going in that direction, it doesn't matter if this becomes a tropical system, a hybrid system, whatever. If it gets a name, great. The impacts are all going to be the same. Strong coastal winds, beach erosion, and probably some pretty nasty surf, especially in the Outer Banks. You can see the winds. These will be howling. These winds in here are going to be pushing 40 to 50 miles an hour. So the net effect from all this is going to be kind of a nor'easter. And then the low eventually pulls away, but the northeasterly type winds are going to continue for a couple of days. So that's a quick look at what's going on this weekend. I hope you have a great weekend. I'll have complete details on this thing. If this begins to spin up later today, we'll talk about it starting today at 4, 5, and 6 on NBC Charlotte. I'll see you then.